somebody, and I said, I'm really just half a success. They're like, what are you talking? I'm like, I'm half successful. I can't say I'm not successful because that would be clearly incorrect. I have some successes, but I'm more half successful. That person didn't know what to do with that. They're like, I don't know what to do with that. I said, it's okay, it's true. They're like, you're successful. I said, you're just saying that to make me feel better. And they said, why is someone calling me? See, a landline. I'm not answering that. Landline. I said, I am not successful. And they're like, no, you're successful. I said, you're saying that because you're trying to make me feel better. They're like, no, you've actually done things that you've accomplished. I said, like what? They said, well, what about that conference? I said, well, that's not a big deal. That's a conference. I mean, that's easy. Anybody could have done that. Like, anybody couldn't have done that. I said, no, yeah, they could have. Yeah, but you did a really good job at it. Did I? Did I do a really good job at it? Yeah, people had a good time. People said they enjoyed it. Yeah, I don't know that they did. I think that they were saying that. I mean, it's just minimally a good time. It really wasn't great. It wasn't fantastic. They're like, yeah, but people had a good time. People enjoyed it. They said good things about it. I'm like, yeah, I mean, of course they said good things. They're going to tell me bad things? Of course they're not going to tell me bad things. Why would they tell me bad things? Well, they're telling you good things because they actually had a good time. You did a good job with it. I mean, I did fine. I did okay, right? I did the same job that anybody else could have done. No, anybody else couldn't have done that. Yeah, they could have. It's not a big deal. I just took a conference that was going to be in person 5 weeks beforehand, turned it online, was able to assemble over 100 people across numerous time zones over a week and a half period and line up, Zoom links and organized it in a way that people felt that they were cared for and people could attend. They're like, yeah, that's a good job. I'm like, I don't know. Is it? Is it a good job? I mean, it's an adequate job. I will accept I did an adequate job. I will accept that. Half successful. Yeah, but people were really amazed. Yeah, they don't know any better. Right? I mean, of course, somebody might have been impressed, but I don't know. It didn't meet my expectations. Well, what were your expectations? Something really fantastic that was amazing. Well, what would that have looked like? I don't know. Something more than I did. So you can't tell me what was wrong with what you did and why it wasn't amazing, but yet you convinced yourself that it wasn't amazing. That's right. That's exactly right. That I let everybody down by not having it be amazing, and that if someone else was doing it, it probably could have been amazing. But because I did it, by definition, it can't be amazing. Okay, so no matter what you do, no matter how successful it is, you will never give yourself credit for it actually being amazing or you doing a really great job. That's right. That's right. Oh, you are then undermining your own accomplishments. Yes, that would be exactly correct. I am undermining my own accomplishments. That's a good way of putting it. This sounds like a conversation between me and my friends. Your friends and well, yeah, right? So by definition, in your own estimation of yourself, anything that you do cannot be successful. Well, it's successful. It's half successful. Half successful. What's that mean? Well, yes, we had a conference and people were able to attend and it wasn't horrible. So therefore, it was half successful. It wasn't all it could have been, especially if someone else was doing it who's better at it than me. But it was adequate. It technically met the minimum requirement. Yeah, exactly. It technically met the minimum requirement. It was a conference. People came, they attended it, it happened. Some people paid, not as many people paid as I would have liked. Well, what would have been as many people? I don't know. A couple, 200, 300? Has that ever happened before? Nope. So you're hoping to exceed performance in the past of paying people for an online conference that was coordinated 5 weeks ahead of time. And that performance would exceed any performance in the past when people were traveling in person. Yeah. So if you don't meet completely unreasonable expectations that are by and large impossible to reach, if you don't hit those, you're going to consider yourself unsuccessful. No, half successful. Oh, okay, half successful. Right. I'm half successful. I'm not unsuccessful. Because to say I'm unsuccessful would be unreasonable. I mean, I'm not going to say that. That's silly. That's silly. Right, that's silly. Because clearly there was some success there. But only half. Yes, only half successful. Oh, okay. Got it. And it's impossible for you to be truly successful. Yeah, I suppose so. But you evaluate yourself against an impossible standard. Right. That's why I'm only half successful. And so you then internalize that half success not as
Hello?
half good.
Hello, Dimitri.
Exactly. I don't take the half success and hold on to that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to take the half success. What are we going to do, kids? You know, we're going to take the half part that is a failure. That's the piece we're going to hold. We're going to grab that piece right there and really hold on to it. That's the good stuff. Because that's the stuff that makes us get in touch with how we really see ourselves. So, yes, a half success is still a success in part. But by the way, that half success is something anybody could have done. Anybody could have done that half success because it's no big deal. It's the failure part, the perceived failure part that we want to have our hands on because it's that part that really makes us connect with how we see ourselves. That's fun. I'm not triggered, but stop reading my mind. Yeah, is that? I mean, the reason why I'm able to have that conversation right now so freely, without accents, by the way, I would only use my accent because that's the accent in my head. That's the conversation in my head with me.